Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. My name is Derek from Simnett Nutrition, and today I'm going to be filming a what I eat in a day video for you guys. I know these videos give you guys some great ideas on things that you can be eating. Hope you guys enjoy the day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for clicking on the video. Should be fun. So I decided to come out to the park this morning because I wanted to do some hill sprints on the big green hill over there. Yes, it is that time of the year. Summer is coming, and not only do I want to get a little bit more shredded for summer, I also want to increase my cardiovascular capabilities because in the summertime, I just like to be able to like run and bike and do all the fun things and not have to worry about like getting tired out or anything. So yeah, I'll be doing some hill sprints pretty soon, and we'll see. I might go to the gym and do like a proper leg day, but I'm not really feeling it today. But I definitely have to get moving. First of all, it is so windy out here, so I'm sorry if you guys are getting a lot of wind noise through the camera here, but you can see the storm coming. The sky is very dark over there, and I'll probably only have about like 30 or 45 minutes at the very most out here, so I better get moving. But first, I want to show you guys the cherry blossoms that are over there, because cherry blossom season is not very long here, and once the rain comes and the wind comes, it blows those cherry blossom petals off of those trees pretty quickly. And so they're only here for a minute. Let's go check them out. So here are the cherry blossom trees. They kind of greet you as you enter the park here, and they are so beautiful. They don't actually grow cherries on them, which would be really cool if they did. I don't know if they're related to cherries or what, but they are so beautiful. All right, well that was nice, but I'd better get moving because those rain clouds are like right on top of us now, and it is so windy. There's no better way to get your heart rate up than doing a couple of hard hill sprints. Woo! So I'm about halfway through them now. So how I usually like to do them is I'll do them in groups of 5. I just find that easier for my brain. I can like wrap my head around doing 5 hill sprints, and I'll just do that a bunch. I try and do at least 5 sets of that, but if I can get out 10 or more, that's kind of like the goal. So I'll end up doing 50 hill sprints in total, and I switch it up. I don't always just like run forwards up it and run forwards down it. Sometimes I'll run backwards, or sometimes I'll do these like frog jumps. Oh my God, I'll show you guys now. They're absolutely brutal. Oh God, fail. Oh, that hurt my back. Oh gosh. Oh man. All right, it's getting a little bit slick on that hill over there. We just started to get some rain, so I'm gonna go do a few more things in the park here, and then I'm gonna head home, have some food, probably have a smoothie bowl. You guys know me too well. All right, so that was fun. See, you don't need much to get a workout in. You gotta be creative, and you absolutely have to move your body. That is key. But yeah, you don't need a lot of equipment. But speaking of equipment, I'm actually just gonna head to the little outdoor workout spot they have here at the park, and I don't really like it all that much. The pull-up bar, like the angle of the ends tilts down way too much, and the dip bars are kind of funky, but it's better than nothing. I'll show you guys when we get there. And then we'll go have a quick glimpse of the water, since the ocean's like right here and it's so beautiful. It's supposed to rain for the next couple days, so I might not make it back down here. So here's the little workout spot, and like what a beautiful location. However, the execution was just not quite there. So I know these machines are all like designed for older people, so the resistance is really light and it does get people moving, but you never see anyone here having like a serious workout. It's just kids playing around on it for the most part. And here is the pull-up bar, dip bar station. So for dips, it's not that bad, but for pull-ups, it's like, why do they make pull-up bars like this? All right, look what I noticed from being up here. Do you notice anything about the placement of those bars? Look at that one, it's all crooked. I knew that dips felt strange on here. Like, how is that acceptable? I'll never understand things like that. All right, so this one is actually so dangerous because once you get it spinning really fast, if your foot comes off it, then you just have this huge metal chunk flinging around, just wanting to bite your shin. And I've definitely got a shinner on here on a number of occasions. You know what? The wind has actually died down a bit, so let's go check out the water here, and I might take the old drone out for a flight. We'll see. You guys will already know because you'll have seen the footage. Ah! When you leave the drone in the car. I'll go get it. Let's do it. Please, 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 please. No memory card in the drone. It's at home. So I think the universe is telling me don't fly that drone today. Let's head home, get some food, and we'll put the drone away for another day. Alright, so I just got everything out that I'm putting in my post-workout smoothie here, and as you guys know, this is usually what I have after my workouts. I'll either have a smoothie bowl or a smoothie, or if it's like middle of winter or I'm freezing cold or I just want something warm and satiating, I will have oats and berries as well. So I haven't eaten anything yet today. This will be breaking my fast, and I think this is a good way to break the fast with like a nice smoothie, lots of fruit, lots of easy to digest foods. And I don't always work out fasted. I know a lot of you guys know that I am a fan of intermittent fasting, and I try and like not eat anything after dinner, try and push my first meal till later on in the day, usually after a workout or so, but I'm not absolutely religious about it. And I know I get a lot of DMs and a lot of questions of people asking me, and if they see that I eat something before my workout, people message me, it's like, oh my gosh, you're not doing intermittent fasting anymore? The other day I actually had a peanut butter and banana sandwich before my workout, and I felt so good. I got such a good pump as well. And I don't know if I was just feeling good because I absolutely love peanut butter and banana sandwiches, or if it was actually good pre-workout fuel. I think it probably is if you think about it. Anyways, here's what I'm having right now. All right, so I'm starting off with 3 ripe bananas. And I like using these as a base for my smoothies because they are so simple. It's a good, healthy source of calories. They're a really calorically dense fruit, so that's really nice. They're cheap, they're available year-round, they ripen in the house. Bananas are awesome. So then we've got 2 pitted medjool dates. These will just add some additional healthy calories to the smoothie, and they're also chock full of minerals and vitamins. Lots of selenium in dates, so that's good to know. We've got a ton of greens. I always try and put greens in my smoothie. Kale is my absolute favorite. So we've got a big bunch of kale to go in there. We've got some flax seeds. You guys know that's gonna provide some healthy omega-3 fatty acids, but also lots of antioxidants and lots of cancer-fighting components in there as well. So here, this is a little bit different. Usually I use ground turmeric, but now I have some fresh turmeric, and I've got some black pepper as well. So the reason why I always have black pepper together with my turmeric, and I know a lot of you guys already know this, but I'll explain it again because we're always getting new viewers here on the channel, because turmeric contains a very powerful anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer component called curcumin. And curcumin is actually processed really quickly by our body. I believe it's by our liver, and it excretes it really quickly, so it's actually not able to circulate around in our bloodstream for very long and do its job. So black pepper has an ingredient or a chemical in it called piperine, and piperine actually inhibits the enzyme that processes curcumin. So our body doesn't process it and get rid of it as quickly. That way it circulates around in our body for a little bit longer and is able to do its work. Alright, I hope that made sense. So I've also got some frozen pineapple, and I've been adding this to my smoothies lately, and I absolutely love the sort of tropical kick that it gives to the smoothie. Can you get out of the sink, please? You're not allowed up here, and you're making noise. Get. Go. And I've also got a 1.5 cups or so here of frozen berries. We know that berries are a really good source of antioxidants, so that's always a good thing. More berries is always good. And then I've got a little scoop of protein powder here, so I'm using the Vivo Life Perform banana and cinnamon flavor. This is like their newest flavor and it is amazing. You guys know I love banana, I love cinnamon, so obviously I'm gonna like this. If you guys do decide to get some Vivo Life products, definitely use my discount code Derek10, 10% off if you're a new customer. And if you aren't, I really appreciate using my affiliate links because it does help me out a little bit, gives me a little bit of a kickback, and it allows me to keep the lights on for a little bit longer, the blender blending for a little longer, and yeah, me continuing to upload like this. So I do appreciate it. And you know what? I was gonna add almond milk to this one, but I think I'm just gonna add water today. For some reason, pineapple blended up with almond milk just like seemed weird. Felt like it was like in a curdle or something. It probably wouldn't, but it just seemed weird to me. Alright, I hope you guys aren't bored of this vlog yet because I know I have this like every single day. But I don't want to just like make up stuff for the sake of being different. I want to show you guys authentically like what I always eat, and I don't want to just like put on a show for YouTube or anything. So I'm not going to like, you know, make it extremely fancy or anything and like cut up a bunch of like little star-shaped, you know, like melons or anything to put on top because that's just not what I do. Some people do and they like doing that. It's just not for me. So one thing that I always forget to mention in these what I eat in a day videos are the supplements that I take. I mean, the protein powder is really easy to put it in there because I just put it into my smoothie. But I usually take my supplements in the evening, so I just never really think about filming it because it's usually like right before bed I'll take some. So I'll share that with you guys now because I think it's important that we're transparent. You guys know everything that I'm consuming and taking. So depending on what time of year it is, I usually take either 3 or 4 supplements on top of the protein powder. So one of them is, of course, B12, and it's methylcobalamin. This one, it doesn't really matter if you take cyanocobalamin or methylcobalamin from my research, but I always recommend that you do your own research on these things. And then also an omega-3 supplement. So this is algae-derived omega-3 EPA and DHA supplement. This is something I've been incorporating just recently because as I've been learning more, you know, I think it is important that we do cover our bases. So I'm just giving it a try and see if I feel any different or whatever. So yeah, that one. But we know we can get ALA from different sources like flaxseed, hemp seeds, chia seeds, and walnuts, and our body does make DHA and EPA out of those. However, conversion rates differ from person to person, so yeah, it's always a good idea if you can afford it, if it's available to you, to get a good omega-3 supplement that's algae sourced. And then D3, I consume this pretty much throughout the year except for summer, and yeah, I can't really give a dosing on this because I'm like all over the place. It's just whenever I remember, I'll try and take a couple thousand IUs of it, but I'm not that consistent with it. So the fourth supplement that I sometimes consume is a sports supplement called creatine. And I get a lot of DMs, people asking me if they should take creatine or not. And that's not for me to decide, that is for you to decide. You gotta do your own research and figure out if the potential risks of taking creatine outweigh the small benefits that you're gonna get from it. So we have to remember that anytime we are isolating a chemical like that from food and we are taking it in large doses, that it's gonna throw something out of balance. Something is gonna be out of equilibrium, and although it is really well studied and it is generally accepted as being a safe sports supplement, there has gotta be some risks somewhere down the line. So yeah, it's not something that I promote, and I don't think that, you know, everybody should just go and take it because you might get an extra rep or two out of like your pull-up session. But yeah, it is a well-studied sports supplement tool and it has been shown to increase your athletic performance. So yeah, it's up to you to decide whether or not you want to take it. So Vivo Life actually offers D3 and B12 in their Thrive products. So if you want like a really simple, you know, 1 scoop way to consume it, right there. All right, I'm gonna go drink this smoothie and I've got some work to do, so I'm gonna do that, and then I will see you guys back in here for some lunch in a couple hours. I'm so excited for lunch. I actually knew what I was gonna have like yesterday. I decided I was gonna have it. All right, so I'm just back in the kitchen here and I'm making lunch, and I'm making these open-faced sandwiches that I've been having lately, and they're so good. So let me show you what I'm putting in there. So I've got some bread. Well, I guess it's toast now because I fired it in the toaster. So I've got some toast with some mustard on it. I use this spicy brown mustard here. It goes really well in sauces and on sandwiches like this. And then I've got some smoked tofu as well. That's gonna take the place of the meat in this sandwich. And I'm using this Soyganic smoked tofu, the sriracha flavor. So I didn't know that there was an extra R in there. Then I've also got some sauerkraut that's going on it here. And man, this stuff is so good on sandwiches and stir fries, whatever. It is just awesome. And you guys know it is absolutely full of beneficial probiotics for our gut bacteria. Thousands and thousands of strains. It's so cool. So it's probably best not to heat sauerkraut if you want it to retain all the probiotics and beneficial enzymes and all that sort of stuff, but I am gonna be firing it in the toaster oven for a few minutes, and yeah, it might kill off some of that, but I'm not too concerned about it. I just like the taste and like it warmed up. Kill me. And then I've got some shredded cheese here. But don't worry guys, it's vegan cheese, so this is Daiya cheese. And just a little pro tip, if you guys buy it in the block like this and grate it yourself, it is so much better than the already grated one. It's like, seems like it's a totally different cheese. So yeah, definitely get it by the block and grate it yourself. Alright, so while that's toasting, I just made myself a quick salad. I don't even think you can call this a salad. It's literally just like lettuce and orange bell pepper, but I guess it qualifies as a salad. And I just whipped up this quick little dressing to put on top of it. This is just a big spoonful of tahini. Then I've got a squirt of the spicy brown mustard in there as well. A big splash of apple cider vinegar, some maple syrup to increase the sweetness. If you wanted to, you could use a date and you could blend this, of course. And then just some water to thin it out. Pinch of sea salt. Good to go. So check it out. You can see that cheese actually melts pretty well in there. If the camera would focus, we'd all find out. Oh, there it is. All right, so how to plate it very nicely. Can't forget the hot sauce on there. Wow, almost forgot. All right, so not a bad looking lunch. I fired some sprouts on top of the sandwich to make it look extra fancy and extra healthy. All right, so I guess I better have a bite to prove that it's good so you guys can see my reaction. When I first started doing food vlogs, I don't think I ever tasted my food in it because I don't know why, I just thought it was like kind of weird to eat food in front of a camera, so I'd always just be like, all right guys, I'm gonna go eat this, see ya, whoop, and dip. But I think people enjoy seeing, I don't know, me crunching the food, my reaction or whatever. I don't know. Tell me if you do or don't. There's a lot of flavors going on there, but man, it is so good. And I'll try the salad here with that salad dressing I made. Also very good. So I was just gonna eat my lunch here and answer some DMs on Instagram, and rather than just answering them privately, I thought I would share the answers with you guys. So maybe you could learn, you might have the same question and get an answer out of it. Who knows? But I know a lot of you guys have been messaging me saying that you missed the Ask Me Mondays here on YouTube, and I'm sorry about that. It's not that Q&As are gone forever from this channel. I'm definitely gonna do more, and I've gotta get back on and do some live Q&As. Those are always so much fun with you guys. But I thought this would be a good way to incorporate some question and answers into one of my videos here. But I do really appreciate the support that I've been getting on that new series that I've been doing, the Amazing Food series. You guys have been more than supportive on that. Like, I had no idea that you guys were so keen that you would watch like an 18-minute video on lentils, but a lot of you guys did, like 20,000 of you guys did or something. So that's pretty amazing. Thank you so much for that. It's very, very special to me, trust me. All right, so let's get into the DMs here. So Derek, is 54 too old to start? Sincerely, if I go back to vegan and work out, can I hope to change my body and gain muscle? Well, yeah, of course you can. 54 is not that old, and especially if you're gonna start getting healthier and being more athletic, you're just gonna start feeling younger and younger all the time. So I don't know, I can't speak from experience. I'm not 54, but I'm not young. I am 35 years old, and I know that, you know, just by progressing slowly over the years, I have been able to, shape my body into something I never thought possible, and I'm in better shape than I ever have been. So, yeah, I mean, it's never too late to start, and definitely eating a whole foods. Let's start that again. Eating a whole foods plant-based diet and working out is a great place to start. Do you want to build your Instagram? Yeah, of course I want to build my Instagram. That's why I freaking post on it. All right, here's a good one. You inspired me to switch to a vegan diet. You guys have no idea how many times my DMs start like that. It is amazing. Want banana, oh, okay, I know what they're trying to say. One question, won't bananas make me fat since they are high in carbs? So just because a food is high in carbohydrates doesn't mean it is gonna make you fat. It is over-consuming food that is gonna make people fat. So, no, fruit, like bananas, are not going to make you fat unless you overconsume them. But because bananas and other fruits are so full of fiber and so full of water, that it's hard to overeat them, and you're probably not just gonna be sitting there eating bananas all day into a caloric surplus, like you're probably gonna be eating other foods as well. So no, definitely don't avoid eating bananas because they're a high carb food and you think that they're gonna make you fat. It's so crazy, this whole thing about like carbs. Like when people say carbs, you know, or sugars or whatever, like they often don't differentiate where we're talking about, you know, fiber-bound carbs and sugar like from fruit or sweet potatoes or whatever, or like free sugars that are from like pop and candy and, you know, fruit juices and stuff like that. Those have a completely different effect on our body than the fiber-bound sugars that are full of, you know, water, fiber, antioxidants. There's so many things that are in fruit that help to slow the digestion of sugars. I'll calm down. And don't you think that I would be fat by now if bananas did make you fat? Like, I have been eating at least 4 a day consistently for, what, 10 years now almost, and I'm definitely not fat. So it's a caloric surplus that makes you gain weight, unwanted weight especially, and it's really easy to eat in a caloric surplus if you're eating processed foods. So whether you're eating processed foods that are high in fat or you're eating processed foods that are high in sugar, it's overeating that is gonna be the problem. And when you're eating that kind of food, you're not generally getting a lot of nutrients, so your body isn't gonna send you those signals to shut off your hunger. It's gonna say, keep feeding me food because I need more nutrition. Hello Derek, I am considering following more of a vegan lifestyle, but I have a question. What foods do you eat to get the most of your protein? Do you have a video on this subject, or could you make one? Thank you. So yeah, maybe actually that would be a good idea to make a video on like all my favorite high protein vegan foods. But yeah, I mean, in short, beans and lentils are some of the highest protein rich foods that I eat, and I eat a lot of lentils. Of course, I'll have a scoop of protein powder, as you guys saw from earlier, but that only accounts for about 20 grams of protein a day, and I generally get between 90 and 100 grams of protein, so it doesn't account for a whole lot of it. I don't really know the rest. I mean, when you're eating enough calories, you know, and you focus on getting a couple high protein sources a day, like those ones that I mentioned, you get enough protein. It's not really that big of an issue. Hey, do you take any supplements whatsoever? I'm just wondering about omega-3 and B12, thanks in advance. Well, I hope you watched the start of this video because I already answered it. Hey, can you show me what exercises you did to recover your back? So I pulled my back out like maybe a week and a half ago or so, and it was really bad. I'd never done that before, like ever in my life. Somehow I managed to get 35 years out of this life without pulling my back out, but I did it. And man, it was terrible. So what I did first, and I've never done this before, is I did deadlifts, and then I tried to do squats, and never again am I gonna do that. And I've actually heard from a lot of people that have had that same thing happen when they tried to combine those two heavy exercises together. So no more. But what exercises did I do to recover my back? Honestly, I didn't do very much. I'll show you one of them. You just gotta get like this, and then you just stay like this. Yeah, so I just rested. I laid down a lot, but I had a lot of work to do on my car as well, so I was like kind of like underneath the car laying a little bit, and that wasn't great for my back, but eventually it healed up. I did a lot of forward folds as well, just like a lot of this, kind of reach behind my legs and sort of pull my back and round my back, because it was the opposite way that it was hurting. Like it wanted to have a really like big arch in it, so yeah, kind of rounding my back and pulling it the other way felt good. Oh, I can't read that one on here. No, we can't, Cookie. That is X-rated. Hey there, can you please recommend a B12 supplement? I live in the UK. Many thanks. So yeah, I would just take one. B12 supplements are generally pretty cheap, and from the research that I've read, it doesn't seem to matter if you take the cyanocobalamin or the methylcobalamin, so I would just take one or the other, whatever one you have access to. Yeah, that's enough of that. Okay, so I will talk about it. I wasn't going to, but I don't want to scare anyone off from taking B12. That's why I've kind of not said anything about this. But what happens with some people is that B12 tends to bring on acne, and it tends to happen only in acne-prone individuals, but I am definitely one of them. If I take larger doses of B12, if I take that 1,000 micrograms for just even a couple days, I'll start to get like really deep pimples on my face, and I've made the correlation like many times. It is definitely caused from that, and there is some science behind it as well. It was a really small scale study that's done, but they found that when people, the people that get acne from B12, when they take large amounts of B12, it actually changes the bacterial balance on their skin and then promotes acne growth, which really sucks. And I haven't really figured out a way around it. What I do is I just take smaller doses as often as I can remember, because if I take those big 1,000 microgram doses, then yeah, I break out within a couple days. It really sucks. But I just wanted to let you guys know that, because if you're out there and let's say you switch to a vegan diet, and you start taking all sorts of B12 because you hear that you're gonna be deficient on B12 if you don't have that on a vegan diet, and then you start breaking out, you might associate that, you know, the breakouts with, sorry, my cat's like running around like crazy. Stop, I'm trying to focus. You might associate the breakouts with your new lifestyle, but it actually might be your B12 supplementation. So I'm not telling anyone not to supplement B12, I'm just letting you know that that might be a cause of your acne. So just throwing it out there. Hey Derek, I was wondering if you could answer a question I can't seem to find the answer to. The question is, does fruit sugar cause inflammation? I have severe acne and I'm considering cutting out all sugar, but I'm concerned if I should cut out fruit too. Thank you. Huh, isn't that funny that this question came right after I just talked about B12 and acne. So reading this question over again kind of gives me some clues here, and the person's suffering from acne, and then they say, should I cut out all sugar including fruit? So this means that they're clearly consuming, you know, some processed sugar as well as the fruit sugar. So what I would start doing is just cut out all the processed crap out of your diet, all like the, you know, the processed flours, except for like bread, I guess. But yeah, that's what I would do. I would cut out as many of the processed things as you can. Keep fruit in your diet because it is so good for us. And I don't think that it would cause acne in people, but you know, I don't know. Everybody's different. It might, but I don't think that that's a reason to cut fruit out of your diet. Fruit's one of the healthiest foods that we could eat. Shouldn't be causing you acne. Man, send me that pic. This is a picture I took. It's actually such a sick picture. I'll show you guys. I took of this, we got a wicked double rainbow the other day here at the beach, and yeah, so many people have been asking me to send them this picture because they want it as like their background. It's a pretty sweet picture, I do have to say. Anyways, I think that's enough for questions. I'm gonna continue to eat this, and then I'll see you guys back in the kitchen in a little bit and we'll make some dinner. Whoa, look at that sweater. That's a Venice Beach Boardwalk special right there. Look at the quality. Alright, so we're back in the kitchen here, and it is that time of day where I chop up a whole bunch of veggies and I throw it into a frying pan and I call it dinner. So I'm just gonna prepare some veggies, chop them up and everything, and then I'll show you guys what I'm doing with it. Alright, so I've just finished chopping everything up for dinner. I'll show you what I got. So here's everything I've chopped up to go into the stir fry. I've got some stuff in the Instant Pot for it here as well. I'll show you that in just a second. And you guys saw me chopping up this huge pile of bok choy. Bok choy is an amazing green. Why? Because it is so full of minerals and it's low in oxalates, which means that all the minerals that are in there, we are going to easily be able to absorb. So bok choy, good. Maybe choose this instead of spinach sometimes if you can. And then we've got some red onion there, some red bell pepper. Funny how both of those are called red, hey? Okay, whatever. And we've also got some nice bright green broccoli here. Broccoli is another good source of calcium, but it's also full of antioxidants. So we've got some frozen corn here as well. Organic corn, you guys always ask me, is that corn organic? So yes, it is. We've got frozen peas, and then just a pile of zucchini here as well. And I'll be adding all of that to some chickpeas that we just made in the Instant Pot. So these are just going since this afternoon. We just put them on earlier because we knew we'd want them for dinner. So I'm saying we, I'm not talking about me and this guy who should not be on the counter. I'm talking about me and Crystal. So she's at yoga right now, but usually we make breakfast and lunch kind of for ourselves. It's like every man or woman for themselves in this house for breakfast and lunch, and then dinner I usually make a whole bunch, and we kind of like usually make it together if we're both home, or if she's gone to yoga or something, I'll just make a whole bunch so we can both eat it. So anyways, I'm gonna get all this into the saute pan, and then I'm gonna try and figure out what kind of sauce I'm gonna put with this stuff, because you guys know I'm gonna have a delicious sauce with it. Alright, so I'm gonna make another tahini-based sauce for dinner tonight, but this one's gonna be a little bit different, a little bit more complex, but pretty similar to what I made for lunch there. So I'm gonna start off with a big spoonful of tahini. It's never easy to get off the spoon. And then a teaspoon or so of onion powder. You guys know this one, say it with me. A teaspoon or so of onion powder. Oh no! Alright, and then I'm gonna be adding 2 medjool dates. Actually, I'm just gonna add 1 to start, and I'll have 1 on deck just in case I want to make this a little bit sweeter. Man, I'm dropping everything. And then I'm gonna put some mustard in it as well. Mustard acts as a really great emulsifier, so it helps fats and water to mix together. So that's why I like to use it in my sauces, especially when I'm using a fat like tahini or avocado. Kind of helps everything just to stay like blended together. So this is gonna be the magic ingredient in the sauce today. So this is called Ras El Hanout, and it is a North African spice, and they use it very similarly to like curry spice, and it kind of has a little bit of a curry sort of flair to it, but it's a lot warmer than that. So it's got like a lot of like ginger and cinnamon, coriander, and yeah, anyways, this one's from Waitrose. So you guys who are in the UK will know that grocery store chain. So yes, I always appreciate gifts in my P.O. box, but no more Ras El Hanout, please. I'm good on that for a while. So I'll put, you know, a good spoonful of that in there. It's really powerful stuff, so you don't need a ton, but at the same time, it's a really nice spice, so if you do kind of overdo it, it's not like terrible. You can always fix it. Pinch of salt, maybe 2 pinches, some water. Man, it tastes so good, but it's a little bit thin, so I'm just gonna add some more tahini, a bit more of the other ingredients, and try and thicken it a little bit. I know I always tell you guys, only add a little bit of water at a time because it's easy to add water to a recipe and it's very hard to take it away. That's what I have to do now. Alright, so that's better. It definitely thickened it up and so good and creamy now. One of you guys commented recently on one of my videos and you were like, Derek, you're always so proud of your sauces. I like that comes across in my videos because I am proud of them. I think I make amazing sauces. Funny. Oh my God. All right, so here is the moment of truth. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? Am I gonna die of protein deficiency? Let's find out. Wow, not a lot of food makes me hop up and down, but this is so good. I don't know if anyone else out there gets as excited about their dinner, but man, I freaking love food, especially when it's like this tasty and this healthy. Like, you can't lose. All right, so I think that is it for this video. I am going to wait a few minutes until Crystal gets home, and then I'm gonna eat this with her, and well, she'll get her own bowl. We're not gonna eat out of this bowl together. Well, actually, that's a lie. She totally eats out of my bowl. I don't know why she does it. She'll make her own bowl and then she'll just be like, yours looks really good. I probably won't eat anything else today. It's pretty late, and if I do have anything, it'll be just like maybe, I don't know, a spoonful of peanut butter or something like that. Nothing crazy. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I hope it gave you guys some ideas on different plant-based foods that you can eat. I hope it motivated you to like get outside and move your body and challenge yourself. Anyways, subscribe if you guys haven't yet so you can see this face more. Or don't if you don't want to see it more. And definitely comment down below. Let me know what you thought of my day, and I will see you guys soon with another video. Thank you so much for hanging out. Bye.